Welcome to another episode of Around the Pit. I'm Joe. We're doing another skillet meal. We're going to do some Swedish meatballs and some pasta. Okay, in here I got my dry ingredients. I got a 1/4 cup of Panko Italian breadcrumbs, a 1/4 cup of minced onions, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, an 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Oh, and 2 teaspoons of Italian parsley. Staying with our $4 theme, I got this ground pork at Hy-Vee on sale. If I remember right, it was like $2.80, somewhere around there. So we're gonna make some Swedish meatballs out of some pork. I like ground pork. Okay. Get this going some. Mixed up really good. We'll get us an egg in here. Bind it all together. I love meatballs. Okay. So we're just going to ball some of these up. It's a nice hot day here in Kansas. Make them medium size. I like getting messy if you can't tell. Okay. Use my rag. Okay, I got a pan hot. Okay, to this pan, we're going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Of course, it ain't even open yet. Get a good amount of olive oil in there. And I got a tablespoon of butter. Get that all around. Now we'll get our meatballs in there. 10-inch skillet is what I use most of the time for this. We're just going to rotate these and get the meatballs brown on all sides. Okay, we'll get that covered up. I'll bring you in here in a minute. Okay, I've already turned them once. It's getting dark here. I think it got about 9.5, so it ain't really getting dark. Alright, we'll get these, keep rotating a little bit, get these going, and then we'll start getting our little gravy going. Okay, these pork meatballs are getting pretty good on all sides. A couple more minutes, and we'll add a roux. We'll make a roux for this. And get this Swedish meatball dish put together with some pasta. Alright, come back up to keep turning these. We'll come back in a minute. These meatballs are cooked. We're going to get them out, get a roux going. Glaze this pan. in this pan now. I got 4 tablespoons of butter divided. If I can get it out of this cup. Get this melted down. Got a nice little metal whisk. Traditionally, I only like using wood, but as long as you don't scratch it too much, you're fine. All right, get all the big chunks up, and to that we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour. Get this nice and whisked up. Let this cook for a minute. Okay, bubbling on the sides there. To that, my favorite, beef bone broth. Slowly whisk in that. I got 2 cups here. Okay, shouldn't be using metal, or at least I don't like using metal. Okay, to that I'm gonna add 1 cup. You can use heavy cream. I'm choosing half and half. We're gonna put in about 1 cup, half and half, because that's what I had in the fridge. I didn't have no heavy cream. Okay. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Or what did I say? 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And we got some Djon mustard. We're going to add in 1 tablespoon of that. Get that little crust off there. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this is supposed to be your pantry. From here, you can add some pasta once I get up, just like in previous videos. If you watch my macaroni and cheese, you can put some pasta in there. I'm going with this. I bought it for another recipe. We didn't end up using it, so it's in my fridge, my pantry. But I got it on sale for $2 and something, like $2.45 or something. And the pork was $3. So really $5 if you had to go buy that, because you should have everything else in your pantry. Okay, so it's getting, we want to thicken this up. We'll put our lid on for a couple minutes. We'll get this temperature back up in here, then we'll come back. So the cool thing about these pre-made pasta stuff is if you was to cook this inside, you bring 4 quarts of water with some salt, and it cooks in 2 minutes, and then you put it in there. I've found it does just the same when I make it into these right here. See, this almost got it to a boil, but these dishes here, when I just add it to that, how everything comes out and works perfect for me. Get that away from the dog. It gets nice and tender. Okay, so we just need this sauce to thicken up. A little bit more. Get our fettuccine here, and we'll get our meatballs back into this thing. Get this thing really looking good. Sauce isn't thickened up yet, but I gotta get this heated back up. You can still see steaming off the pan. All right, here we are, the end of it. Look how good that sauce thickened up. Look how good that is. pasta's nice and tender. Man. Alright. Skillet Swedish meatballs. Man, that came out great with fettuccine. Give it a normal taste test. Get some of that gravy in there. Whatever you want to call it. Sauce, gravy. Boy, I taste that Worcestershire sauce. Man, it tastes just like Swedish meatballs that you would get at IKEA or wherever you eat your Swedish meatballs, but that is darn good. That is darn good. Alright, gotta get this in here to eat. Man, that sauce is good. Alright, I'm Joe with Around the Pit. We'll see you next time.